Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Metroid Other Marathon. It's time to play some DuckTales. I hope you all enjoyed the break.
DuckTales is a really loud game.
DuckTales is an excessively loud game. We're working on that.
Okay, there we go.
Hopefully it is now a reasonable volume.
I need to lower it even more.
Yeah.
I mean, the song's tight. That's hard to argue with.
So, for our previous game, our donation incentive was clues to Dracula's riddle, aka go talk to a silly NPC. The DuckTales donation incentive is couch music. And honestly, you probably don't even need to donate for us to start singing. Woohoo!
You gotta save it for the donations, though.
I will try.
And you have keyboard focus?
I do not.
I just clicked into that. Are you
Hey,
kidding?
Mike, it also looks like I need Discord actually on the overlay, too.
I fixed the Discord thing.
I'm so angry.
No worries.
Chad, thank you all so much for tuning into Metroid Other Marathon. We really
Yep.
appreciate it.
There are a lot of technical challenges to running a marathon from multiple planets across the... Which quadrant does Metroid take place in?
Oh, I see what happens.
It's gotta be the Delta Quadrant.
I see what happens. It's happening every time I resize this window, which I'm doing somewhat frequently.
Oh boy. Woo!
Alright, I'm gonna have to reset that up.
Okay.
Keep the people entertained, I'm sorry.
So let's see.
Mark, you want to tell the lovely audience about the concept behind Metroid Other Marathon?
The concept behind Metroid Other Marathon. So we are a group of people who usually play Metroid Marathon, where we pick go through the entire Metroid series, play all those games back to back for charity. We're normally sponsoring Extra Life. For this marathon, we wanted to do something a little different. We decided to just play a bunch of games that we really enjoy that are tangentially Metroid-ish. It started when I made a joke about DuckTales definitely being a Metroid game, and it exploded into this whole thing.
Goodness, I forgot that's how that started.
Yeah. We're testing a lot of things. We're testing doing a remote marathon because the virus situation prevents us from all being in the same room. So we're in lots of different rooms. Across the Delta Quadrant. We're testing, sponsoring a new charity. We're sponsoring the Rainforest Trust in this particular marathon. They're a charity that works to protect rainforests around the world by essentially buying land and saying, we're just going to leave this land open to the wild to help protect the animals and the forest themselves. Do we have focus?
Yeah.
It's time to play DuckTales. I hope you all are incredibly excited for this game. Yeah, we're starting a new game. DuckTales has some wonderful voice acting that we will be seeing some of. Oh yes, because DuckTales, the remastered version, added a plot.
He sounds ethereal? I have no idea what that means.
Ooh, I'm a spooky ghost.
Me money bin alarm. Quick, Duckworth, get the limo. I shall
I mean, is that better? Is he not echoing anymore?
How is my echo now?
Not you, Sterling.
Ah, Sterling,
Yeah,
gotcha.
it's my echo. Oh, feedback. Maybe.
Beagle boys again.
I don't understand why this wasn't a problem during Castlevania.
Oh, it is now.
They've got another thing.
That is weird. Maybe I'm just talking a little quieter, or I was talking a little louder.
We did turn you down a bit.
Okay. Well, let's give that a shot. All right. So, Mark, what does this change from the original DuckTales, anyways?
So
I've seen much better
in
in
this
chat, so I'm gonna take
DuckTales,
that as-
we've got a significant art remake because this was made in 2013. The original was in 19-something. This tutorial level that we're playing through right now is also new. And they added a lot of like plot elements to explain why we go the places we go and collect the things we collect. However, once we get past the tutorial and get into the original levels, it is a one-for-one remake of DuckTales on the Nintendo. Another thing that's very, very similar is the controls. The game looks very smooth to play, but feels exactly like it felt on the original Nintendo, meaning you can do things like stop on a dime in midair. If you stop pogoing in the air, you will abruptly change your momentum. They really captured the feel of the original game while making it look like a very modern game. Lots of cute cutscenes and original voice actors from the show, notwithstanding.
I mean, that's just lovely cherry on the top of this whole thing.
You're welcome, lad. But Huey, what are you doing here?
Well, we saw the Beagle Boys going into the money bin.
We?
Sure. Louie and Julie are here, too. You better hurry up, Scrooge. They might be in trouble.
My favorite part about this game, the subtitles include the accents of the characters. I didn't realize this until Mike pointed it out yesterday, but Unca Scrooge is spelled U-N-C-A. I hope y'all appreciated that.
I do appreciate that.
So we're going to be watching some cutscenes to get some voice acting and have some fun during the tutorial that we I think they're not actually skippable just because they want to make sure, hey, this is how you pogo jump, this is how you cane swing, yada yada. As we get into the actual levels, we'll do a little bit more like random cutscene skipping. You'll see me go into the menu real quick. Yes, the voice actor for Scrooge McDuck, I believe, passed away shortly after this game, like a couple years later. And he did a great job in this game, and I'm really appreciative for that.
So, tell me about the mechanics of this game. What's money do? Is it like classic Mario coins equals lives?
Yeah. So the money in this game is actually completely meaningless. It's just a score. To get extra lives, we will find ducks randomly about the level. And there's a bad ending? If you end with 0 to... Wow, that's impossible.
Amazing.
Or that's gotta be impossible because money literally appears in the air right next to you. This game's mechanics for how your character controls are otherwise very simple. You hold down a button to stick out your pogo stick, stick out your cane underneath you in midair, and you pogo jump with it, and that's the primary mechanic of the game. If you're standing next to an object and you hit attack, you swing at it. And if you swing at the wall, you play a doofy animation and get stuck like that. And that's pretty much the entire game. It's a very short, very simple, very sweet little number.
Hey, it looks like we actually have Matt joining us on couch for this game.
You might. Hang on. Okay.
Hello! We're getting more remote couch folks showing up.
They're headed for your office.
Okay, my apologies. I believe we have things actually sorted out now.
Not so fast.
Hello, Matt.
Alright, does my mic sound okay or is it misbehaving?
It doesn't sound
it
great.
sounds-
It sounds kind of echoey.
Okay, that's the wrong mic. One moment.
Oh no! I'm sure nobody in chat has been dealing with this with remote conference calls or the like lately.
I'm sure that this has never happened.
You'll never beat us, Scrooge.
Man, I'm learning all kinds of things about the alternate endings to
Okay.
DuckTales that I never thought I'd learn.
Oh, that's way better.
All right, that should be good. All right, I'm going to place my mic somewhere sensible.
A fat lot of good that
All right,
does if they're
how is Matt sounding on stream? Because Matt sounds good for us. Except Matt stopped talking, so now you can't tell how Matt sounds on
that's
stream.
fair. Way better. All right. So Matt, I believe you're up for taking over couch for this. So hey, enjoy. Catch you guys later.
Hi Sterling, thanks for
Thanks.
hanging out.
Thanks for hanging out, Sterling. Also, hey, Zachary, welcome to Metroid Other Marathon. This is the most difficult boss for me, the boss of the tutorial, and he's difficult because it's very difficult to tell where those things that he throws at you are going to end up. They have 2 patterns, and I'm bad at dodging them both. And I've got 2 hearts to work with because I accidentally walked into a tutorial laser. Yep.
Matt, could you try speaking again? Because you sounded great for a little bit when you switched over to your new microphone, and then you stopped talking, so we can't tell if our audio is actually good with you.
Yeah, good riddance to bad
Uh-oh.
I say.
Matt is inaudible to us. I don't know if he's switched off that microphone or if he's working on stuff, but we're going to keep going. So you just cleared these people out of like your office?
Yes. Yes, my office, which also has my gigantic money bin in
I
it.
believe I have gotten it into a workable state.
Okay, yes, we hear you now, Matt.
Okay.
But I know how to
I'm going to try very hard to not accidentally bump my very fragile USB cable.
Perfect.
Ah, is that what happened?
Yeah, the USB cable that comes with this otherwise very nice microphone is extraordinarily fiddly. But I am now several feet away from it, so I am confident that it will not be touched.
You don't have any pets, do you?
No, goodness. I keep on meaning to get a very, very, very big rabbit. That hasn't happened yet. So, I don't know if you heard any of what I was saying earlier about walking into tutorial lasers.
Okay.
Wherein, having recently played the beginning of Final Fantasy VII, the remake, right?
Right.
Very early on, you are asked to walk through some lasers. And you say, I'm a big boy grown-up video gamer, I am going to be fine. And then
Oh
you
my gosh.
instantly walk into a laser and feel like an idiot.
I ate so much laser in that introductory sequence of the remake.
I don't think that my colleagues at Avalanche think I'm a very good soldier.
Hey, only Barrett was watching, and he definitely doesn't think you're a very good soldier.
Jessie was watching, but she just thinks you're really cute.
Yeah, exactly.
I am distractingly beautiful. So at least on that front, I'm fine.
pack my parka, Duckworth. We're headed for the Himalayas. to hunt
All right,
for the
so-
lost crown of Genghis Khan.
I'm
Great,
so
why
Scottish, I roll my O's.
He is extraordinarily Scottish.
Yeah, he is. All right.
So are we doing this just for riches, or do we have a nobler goal?
I mean, we're doing this marathon for a noble goal. We're supporting the rainforest.
Yes, but why are we fetching the lost crown of Genghis Khan? A man who,
Why
as
we're
far as
fetching
I
the
know,
lost
did
crown
not
of
wear a
Genghis
crown.
Khan in DuckTales? Not the foggiest, to be quite honest. I'm sure somewhere in these cutscenes we find that out, but I got nothing for most of it. I'm pretty sure Scrooge McDuck, having the name Scrooge McDuck, kind of just takes everything.
That's fair. I will say you are not the only streamer
we have
this
a donation.
weekend who does not understand the plot of their video game, because I am playing Bayonetta 2.
Yeah, looking forward to that.
Oh, it's gonna be really fun, but boy, that game doesn't make any sense.
So that's a $50 donation from Sterling, who says, let's keep this donation train rolling, and has redeemed an incentive, couch music.
Oh gosh. This is the remake soundtrack too. Digital delay.
Yeah, guitar music that goes
God.
way too hard for this game.
Should I go get my accordion?
Oh, please do. Guitar solo that is still going way too hard for this game.
I'm glad you guys know the soundtrack, because we've had to turn... try not to skip cutscenes.
So this is the one that Jake Kaufman of Shovel Knight fame.
Yes,
Yeah.
Right?
yes.
Yeah.
Jake Kaufman rated the entire soundtrack, and boy, did he knock it out of the park.
Man, you go, Jake. Nice job.
Would you like more cutscenes?
I mean,
I get into a groove playing the game.
tell
but you're
me
right.
if you're going to finish this game early, too. If you're going to finish this game super early, watch cutscenes.
All right, we'll watch cutscenes. That's
Okay.
fine.
Yeah,
I just need to be
expect
told.
This game to be way later. And then I got a text from Sterling. It's like, are you ready? He's like, ready. What?
Okay. I didn't realize I was killing it. My bad.
Again, I think the 15 minutes of setup time we've built into our schedule is a little aggressive. I literally just...
It's a reflex.
Okay, so I've never played this game nor the original game before.
Yeah.
Let me try and put together the plot.
Okay.
As far as I can tell.
All right.
I think that the Beagle Boys, broke into your house/office and stole all of your money. And so you got in and at least cleared them out of your office, but they were already gone by then. And so, because they have stolen all of your money, Scrooge McDuck has decided he needs to rebuild his fortune. And fortunately, he knows about 5 priceless artifacts across the world that he can add to his collection, plus just a whole lot of cash and diamonds and whatnot.
So what you have described is very, very close to the plot of Donkey Kong Country.
Please tell me that's like bananas instead of riches.
Exactly. Almost literally word for word the same, except use the bananas instead of riches.
Wow, those Beagle Boys.
Those Beetle Boys roll up and steal your bananas.
Ice cream.
Those Kremlin moles.
Yeah, ice cream is the item that you pick up in this game to restore health that I don't need because I'm either doing fine or I'm dead.
I think it's kind of funny how the little 2D bunnies have a polygonal mound. It's like a 3D object mound, not a drawn mound.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And their ears are 3D too. They convert between being a 2D and 3D object.
Do their ears go to 3D? I'd have to go see that.
It's very subtle. Look at it very closely when you see a bunny going underground.
Alrighty. Well, there will be more bunnies in this level, but first we have to go talk to Bam Bam, that incredibly important cameo.
It's Tomba, right?
Curse me kilts!
It's Bubba Duck.
I love how they don't go halfway on making him a parody of Scott's.
There, little fella. Uncle Scrooge is here to help.
I'm deeply curious about many things about this strange caveman duck.
I don't know how many of them we're going to learn, because this plot is new to me too.
Giant ice blocks. What do you say?
Gosh, is he 400? Is he originally a caveman? Does he just sort of RP as a caveman for fun? Is he literate?
No one knows, and no one will know.
Yes, look at the ears. Okay.
Oh, I killed him too fast. Ah!
You are crushing it too hard.
Ah! I wanted that chest, Bubba. I don't know why I wanted it.
Listen, Bubba doesn't really know how
Ah!
money
Bubba
works.
killed it!
Bubba doesn't know enough about how currency works to really understand why you want anything.
This is the end of the line, Bubba. It's time for you to head to the surface.
Baba home with Scrooge.
Yeah, Sarah, the Twitch regular expression for understanding what a URL is, I think is essentially some text, a dot, and then some more text.
Okay, look very carefully at these ears.
Are they 3D ears?
I think they are 3D ears.
I'm actually a little too far away from the TV to really tell here. The glass is not doing anything for me other than the visual appeal of my face. But I've got to disagree. I'm going to go with 2D ears on
You
that.
think 2D ears on 3D mount?
Yeah.
Maybe
Either
we'll,
way,
we'll zoom in
very
on it
well
later.
done effect.
Yeah.
Back to launch pad.
Why did the bunny have a fuel regulator?
Why?
Oh, they stole all of my airship parts in a cutscene that I skipped.
Are these bunnies smart enough to steal?
Well, I hope they're not trying to eat them, because that can't be good for the animals.
I'm just now troubled by the implication of your consistent massacring of something smart enough to commit theft.
I needed that, Spider.
Well,
We're gonna go back.
needed to bounce to the right.
Yes.
You know, you are exactly right, Sterling. Why do these wolves have 387 gil and a magic fire ring? Gosh, I haven't watched that video in a very, very long time. Did either of you ever check out early internet Flash legend, Legendary Frog?
No.
Is he the person who made the badger mushroom snake video?
No.
Okay.
That's the Weevil.
Okay.
Legendary
I'm thinking of a
Frog.
different early internet Flash
How
legend.
could you get those two mixed up?
So Legendary Frog was most famous for his participation in two different fandom-esque videos. One, he did a parody of The Lord of the Rings, which got pretty well known. And another is he did a parody of The Matrix. So he was part of a collaboration that was back when early Newgrounds would just do 900 different dudes all make a 2-minute video and they'd string them all together.
Yes, I do remember those.
He participated in a bunch of ones about The Matrix, called The Matrix Has You and The Matrix Still Has You.
Were
Got
those
relatively popular.
were those the parodies that used the sprites from Super Mario World, but were otherwise
No.
clip shows from The Matrix? Okay.
No, that's an entirely different, but also understandably mistaken set of internet parody videos about The Matrix on Newgrounds in the early to mid 2000s.
How could you mix them up?
I'm getting really close with the categorization,
you're,
but
you're awfully close. You're really sort of Portuguese to our Spanish right now.
all right. Then no, I do not remember this legendary frog person.
Okay,
I
so
guess.
Legendary Frog, he also did a parody of Final Fantasy VII, which I still think about, which was just a old-timey narrator talking about Cloud as he progresses through, an average play session of Final Fantasy VII, which includes the line of after he defeats a wolf, and just, why did this wolf have 387 gil and a magic firing? We will never know. And I think the best joke in any of his videos, he had a set of characters that were original to him, that were aliens, named Ark and Kerrigan. And there was an episode he made of their sort of slice of life adventures, where they went to go to an arcade, and they played DDR. And Kerrigan is very good at DDR. And Ark is that's terrible, I'm gonna do DDR. And then you have a really fun montage, zoomy thing that makes it look like he's absolutely killing it. And then when he gets to the end of the DDR session, he says, wow, that was the worst dancing I've ever seen. Never play on this machine again. And then a big cartoon fist comes out and punches his arm off the dance pad.
Wonderful.
It's real peak early internet humor, that video. It's very good.
Offline in Discord, I would like a link.
I will definitely have to find you. I have no idea if his website is still up.
Newgrounds is still kicking.
Oh, Newground's still up. He had his own website called Legendary Lily
okay.
Pad, where he posted all of his stuff.
All right, I'm gonna distract you guys from Newgrounds animations to
He's
read
still up.
this.
That's excellent.
To read this donation from Pizza Pony.
Please do. Please do.
$5 from Pizza Pony, saying, speaking of the money bin, add this to it. There may not be a slunch here, but you can still think about pizza anyways.
So, when I described what we were doing to some of my coworkers this weekend, I mentioned that we will not be, we were playing many games which are adjacent to Metroid, but not Metroid. And one of my coworkers pointed out that we should be getting something which is adjacent to a pizza, but not a pizza.
We're getting calzones.
Yeah, we're getting
Yes.
calzones. At least here in Talon 4, we will be having calzones for lunch. It won't be an eating stream, but I will definitely describe to you the deliciousness of the calzone that we order.
Yeah,
Are we
I
not
think.
tagging social eating? Hey, we're getting raided.
Hey, Advil! Thank you for raiding with a party of 6. You and your viewers are welcome to Talon 4 as we play this absolutely
Very
Metroid,
Metroid
game.
Look,
DuckTales.
Yeah, here we are.
look, we're in Samus's ship. We just had to do ship-to-ship combat in space.
Like you do in Metroid games.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
can't tell me we're not in Fendron and Rifts right now.
Hold on. Sterling said that he was in Aether, and I just have to double check which planet he said he was in.
I can't keep all of our code names straight, I admit.
It's in the schedule.
I
Okay,
realize
Sterling
I
did claim Aether.
I can look it up, but I can't remember.
It's easy. Brian's in Zedis.
Yeah, that one I know.
Connor's in Skytown.
Okay,
We're in Talon 4.
right.
You and Meredith are on Arcterra.
I don't even remember which game Arcterra is in.
I think it's
Prime
Prime
3?
Hunters.
Prime
Everything that
Hunters?
cave is no match for your uncle's
Is
crew.
the
Okay.
schedule a joke to you? Yes.
Being smarter than the
Um,
smarties, and
Mojo, Doug, and Catherine are on SR388, so apologies. That one definitely gets blown up.
Okay, our Tara was Hunter. This explains why I only have vague memories of it.
They was Launchpad.
And yeah, Sterling is on Aether. So Sterling was correct, and I'm sorry I doubted him. Are we still hunting rabbits?
My goodness.
We are heading to the ending. This game gets a lot longer with cutscenes. Like, a lot longer
Oh,
with cutscenes.
and
Hello,
speaking of
Shadow
raids,
Temple!
Shadow Temple has finished up his marble stream and sent his
Alright.
viewers to us. Those
Yeah,
moons, those may look like the moon from Majora's Mask. Don't be fooled; those are actually marbles.
Huh.
That was a bad death.
No, I mean it's like
I didn't
it's
want
actually
that
the
death.
moon, but marbles.
So,
Right.
we have now spent so much time bouncing off of rabbits and goats that I have become genuinely concerned for this Arctic ecosystem. You are a cat that has been let outdoors in an area populated by sparrows.
Not
Oh,
anymore.
come on! Oh, no! I forget what actually happens when we go back to 0 lives. We go back to Scrooge's office.
Do we have to replay the entire level?
We have to replay the entire level. This time we're skipping the
You can
cutscenes.
skip
Oh
cutscenes.
boy, the cutscenes.
So while you replay some part of the level that
Yes.
we've already seen, let me greet our new raiders from Shadow Temple stream. Welcome. I hope you had a fun time watching Shadow play marbles and simultaneously lose his marbles. We are the Metroid Marathon team, and as you can see, we're playing a bunch of really, actually authentic Metroid games.
You know it.
And we're doing so in support of Rainforest Trust. And it's been a little while since we talked about the Rainforest Trust, so we'll talk a little bit about what they do.
Absolutely.
Rainforest Trust is a group that tries to preserve rainforest and other wild habitats and wildlife from human encroachment such as like deforestation and basically just like city growth that encroaches on wildlife. They are one of the few charities to have received a perfect 4-star rating on Charity Navigator. Not only do they have a 4-star rating, they have a 100% rating, which is sort of even beyond 4-star. They are completely open and transparent with all their financials. And in regards to their financials, a very large amount, something like 90 to 95% of the money that you donate goes towards their actual program of preserving wildlife. With things like 5% of the funds going to things like promotional materials, fundraising things, etc. 95% is an insane amount. It's a very large percentage of donations. Sometimes charities will direct some of the donations towards things like administrative costs. One of the really nice things about Rainforest Trust is that their board of directors actually funds all of their administrative costs out of their own personal pockets, so that your donations can go towards programs like preserving wildlife.
The Rainforest Trust has one of my favorite philosophies of a charity, which is they have a problem of like, how do we actually stop people from developing on the rainforest? And the answer is like, what if we just bought it? What if we just bought the rainforest? And it's like, you know what? What if we just bought the rainforest?
Yeah, we have all these dollars. What if instead of, mining companies or deforestation companies buying the rights to this land, what if we bought this land and then didn't do anything with it except protect it?
It's really like a shockingly simple, perfect plan.
Yeah. They've got a bunch of other projects that you can take a look at their website, rainforesttrust.org. That is, of course, on the screen down in that-ish direction.
Yeah.
We are trying to raise $1,880 because in 2018, Rainforest Trust helped protect 1,880 species of wild birds. Mm-hmm. And Samus is a bird.
Yep.
And so we thought that's a good amount to help support. So,
Ergo.
if you type !donate into chat, which I'm going to do right now, you will get a link to our Tiltify campaign. Please consider donating $1 or $5 or whatever you can safely and reasonably afford to the Rainforest Trust's mission of preserving wildlife around the world in honor of their protection of endangered bird species. Mm-hmm. Of which Samus is one.
Yes.
Samus is usually endangered.
We also are doing
She
a
also
giveaway.
is the danger.
That's true.
If you want additional incentive to hang out and tell your friends to come by, there's a giveaway you can enter where you can win a number of nice little prizes as bonuses.
Zilla Aurora, I want to say yes, they actually do. You can check the details of that on their website. They have a page dedicated to all of the projects that they are currently working on. And
Yeah,
you can
they
see
do.
that like they undertake projects all over the world. We actually have
They have a lot of land.
We
that
have a
is not
booklet.
the
Go
race.
get that booklet. That thing is really cool and has lots of very neat pictures. That might tell us a little more.
I just find where it's going.
I put it in the same box as, or I believe on top of the same box as all the other stuff. It came in the cookie box.
You know, DuckTales has this interesting thing where in the original, with it all being sort of a chunky 8-bit NES style, I don't question why there's a duck with a hockey mask in the Himalayan mountains. But
Yep.
as soon as you upscale it and make it pretty and convincing, now I am full of questions about why there is a duck with a hockey mask in the Himalayan mountains.
I mean, what other mask would they wear? Don't worry, your questions won't end. We're going to the moon eventually in this game.
Sure. If only there was something you could put on your face or head to make you not cold.
Yeah.
Guess a hockey mask would be it, though, huh?
I mean, hockey rinks are cold. They have ice in them.
That's true.
All right, and Tech is back with the booklet.
Yeah, so this is a booklet that the Rainforest Trust sent us, along with things like this T-shirt and a couple other T-shirts that we have distributed throughout the team. And this booklet is their impact report from 2018. So this basically describes all the projects that they undertook in the year 2018. And I believe in here they're actually going to mention the 1,880 species of birds. Yeah, and I'm gonna flip through here and try and find some descriptions of projects they undertook in 2018.
Scrooge McDuck's ability to bank shots like that must mean he is a ludicrously good golf player.
Oh, yeah. And especially a good golf player from on top of a moving plane.
Look at that shot! That's outrageous!
He's either a ludicrously
Let me
good
shoot
golf
it
player
through the
or a
propeller this
ludicrously
time.
bad golf player.
Yeah.
Now, it's possible he only knows how to play golf with bomb-sized golf balls.
We're close to that treasure now. I can almost.
All right, and we're back to the part where I died to the same pit twice last time.
Great. I mean, it's kind of a hard pit. Let's be real here.
This time we're gonna do better with the bounce.
Is that Jay talking? Jay is not here. This is simply Mark and Mike here.
Yes.
And Matt on Discord.
It's Mark, Mike, and some kind of ghost.
No, that was
Ooh,
Sterling.
There we go.
First try.
Yes, absolutely. But now we're going to die to Ridley. Hello,
Ah,
Ridley.
no. Look at this palooka. Look at the size of that lad.
So,
Oh, boy.
the thing that we will learn in general about the bosses of DuckTales is that they've got way too many cycles. We have to hit this guy with an ice brick and then pogo on his head 5 times to defeat him.
5?
Yep.
Oh boy.
Why not say a nice...
And there we go. Why not say a nice 3? That would make sense, but this was designed before we codified the rule of 3 in platformer bosses.
That's a darn shame.
Yeah, this boss does look really good in the remastered edition. I
Oh,
don't know
yeah,
what he
at
looks
all.
like in the original.
That would be a fun thing to look up, actually.
Yeah, we should find out maybe later. This game is really pretty.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
They did a great job with everything that like they wanted to improve, and they did a great job preserving the things that needed to be preserved for it to be DuckTales.
Yeah. You know what I'm reminded a little bit of is a game that I have always meant to play and never played. Wario Land Shake It. Which,
Wario Land, which one?
Shake It.
Oh, I don't know.
So
that
Wario
one.
Land, of course you don't know because this game sold no copies.
Oh.
So Wario Land Shake It was a late Wii title, which is particularly notable for having only hand-drawn animation and like,
Oh, wow.
you know, just everything is like a cartoon, right? It looks like this. It's an extraordinarily pretty game, and it looks really fun, and nobody played it.
Why? Was it just not well advertised, or?
I don't know. Maybe Wario Land games were just not, the hotness. Maybe it was not very well advertised. It certainly has a lot of stiff competition on the Wii.
Ah, okay.
So, I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I'm going to guess this game had basically no marketing because name a Wario game that has an advertisement.
WarioWare had some.
That's true.
That's what I got though.
I feel like Nintendo likes to ignore that Wario has ever jumped on a platform.
All right, I'm gonna interrupt once again.
Please.
Because we've got 2 donations to read. I missed the audio cue for Shadow Temple's $30 donation, where he says, "Rainforests are neat. Let's help them," and redeemed an incentive for couch music.
Oh.
So the next time we have music. And Sailor Aurora donates $20 with no comment. Thank you very much.
Aurora also mentions in chat that they did play Wario Land Shake It, and it did have advertising. It's just that nobody buys Wario.
I bought the very first Wario Land, Super Mario 3 Super Wario.
On like the Game
On
Boy?
the Game Boy.
Okay.
And I loved that game.
That is the game that I'm remembering too. I wasn't good at it, but I'm not sure if that's because it was actually hard or if it was because I was a smaller child then and not as good at video games.
I think the thing I missed most about Wario Land being a franchise that exists and get games is that, like, those games are weird. They do strange things, and I miss platformers that are just weird.
The pretty crown.
Like, in Wario games, you can't really die. You can just sort of be inconvenienced in weird ways. It makes them almost puzzly in some ways. It's like these puzzle speedrun games. They're fascinating. And I miss
Huh.
They're very strange. They're just weird video games, and they're cool. And the music is also just bonkers. It's a weird soundtrack in Wario Land 4, man.
Well, let's get home before.
Man, maybe next time we should play a Wario Land game.
Hey, hopefully there will be more Metroid Other Marathons. We just missed Launchpad hitting on a Yeti, by the way, while you were talking
Oh,
about
goodness.
it. Yeah.
Launchpad, you've been in that plane too long, buddy. Oh, hey, now we get the Luigi's Mansion straight, where we find out how much money we have.
Yeah, if our donation total reaches that number, I don't know what I'll do, but I'll be really excited.
Will you buy a Scrooge McDuck outfit?
Absolutely.
Which is like what? A smoking jacket and a top hat?
Yeah, not even a bathrobe?
It kind of looks like a bathrobe, doesn't it?
So we were talking earlier about Rainforest Trust partnering with like local indigenous groups and tribes to be able to help protect wildlife and also protect these indigenous tribes' lands. And I found an example of that. They've got a 2-page spread here, which is completely not visible or legible from our camera, but it's all about a project they're undertaking in Peru, Peru Land Titling, where they are partnering with a local Peruvian partner, the Center for the Development of an Indigenous Amazon, to help purchase titles to land that indigenous peoples are living on and grant the title to that land to those groups of people. The Rainforest Trust CEO, Paul Salomon, says, "When Rainforest Trust helps indigenous people secure their legal rights to their land, it not only gives them rights to block mining and logging, but also gives them one of the most basic of human rights. Their land is their livelihood, central to economic rights and tied to social and cultural rights." So, yeah, that's just one example of where they partner with a group in Peru to be able to help preserve indigenous people's lands as well. The mouse is on... No, that's not the mouse. The mouse is...
Thanks for the lift, launch.
I think the mouse is on screen. I'm gonna move it.
I don't think it is.
What is this white dot?
That is the mouse.
It's the mouse.
Man, I'm glad we found this charity. This charity is really cool.
Yeah, they're great.
I don't know what that is.
Keep your eyes on the sky for
All
us.
right. Oh,
What an
it was the mouse, but it wasn't the mouse on the screen.
Ah, okay.
It was my mouse just on that monitor. Unless it is still on the screen.
I mean, it's on the preview.
All right, I'm moving it.
All right.
Okay.
Do I have focus? I have focus.
I wonder if this game's success and resurgence headed to the, like, whatever pitch meeting made the new DuckTales show happen.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I
this
bet
game-
some executive was like, hey, DuckTales, the video game sold well. We should just make another DuckTales show.
This game actually didn't sell terribly well. It was
Really?
It got pulled off of Steam for a while because just like not enough people were buying it, or I think there was a weird rights problem or something like that. Okay, I know you don't want me to skip cutscenes, but I am not watching the cutscene for every single coin of the 9 coins in the Amazon level. Like, I'm good on that.
Fair enough.
That is
Does
my
Scrooge
line in the
McDuck
sand.
The
Only
mouse had
owned
been on
9
screen since we
coins.
game overed. Weird.
Interesting.
I'm like a money magnet.
Well, goodbye, mouse.
Yeah.
So, should Scrooge McDuck have these objects? I don't know why he should have a Mongolian crown. Just in general.
I mean, the Beagle Boys obviously stole it and gave it back to the people who own it, and we've got to convince them that it belongs in our money bin?
I'm gonna say we have a bit of an it belongs in a museum problem.
No, it belongs at the bottom of our money bin. We can actually go see that if we want when we're done
we
here.
can just go look at our huge pile of money.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Look, if I get to play a video game with Scrooge McDuck, I better be able to jump into my big pile of money.
Oh, and you absolutely can. Scrooge McDuck turns out maybe not the most ethical or reputable of people to
Of
model
nuts.
your life after. Rainforest Trust, much more reputable.
Yeah.
It is kind of funny now that I think about it, how much the exact opposite of what the Rainforest Trust is Scrooge McDuck.
Is what's happening in this game right
It's
now.
like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna roll up to these places and take all of the resources and leave.
Dark Cobra says the video game could simply be jumping into a pile of money, and he'd be fine with it.
Pay
That'd be-
me $5 to play as Scrooge McDuck jumping into a pile of money.
Oh, I'm missing donations left and right. We've got $5 from Miss Missy and $10 from Advil, who have no comments and no incentives. But
Well,
thank
that
you very
means
much
it's
for your
couch
donation.
music. Let me see. Let me hear
Oh,
this
that's
music.
right. Alright. I'm gonna step away for just 1 second, I'll be right back.
Okay, we will hold it down here. We got one of those donation alerts. Maybe donation alerts are just delayed past what I think they should be. We are using 2 different systems to track donations. We've got Tiltify's overlay showing you the total running across the top of the screen up here. And then we're using Streamlabs to do the actual individual donation alerts. Yeah, they are definitely going through. I just, like, my list of donations over here from Tiltify, I think is faster than the Streamlabs notifications.
I'm sorry, you're trying to talk about your stream, and I'm just...
They paid for couch music. They didn't pay for me to explain our donation system.
Fair enough.
In the old PC game, DuckTales, The Quest for Gold, if you dove into your money bin, there was a random chance that Scrooge would find a rare coin that was worth more than he thought.
That's great.
And would it then, like, adjust your high score or your total or whatever?
Alright, that's the last coin cutscene that we're gonna skip.
Okay.
Ah!
He basically just, like, picks up the coin and is like, look, this is a coin. Except he says it in obnoxious...
Look, this coin! This one of my 12 Scottish coins of the Amazon jungle!
8 stackable notches around it.
But we're not skipping this cutscene, because this is pretty great.
Well, I'm not sure what it tells us, but I'm certain it's an important clue. Bless me, bagpipes. These coins I found will fit perfectly into those notches.
Ah, so we weren't just collecting 9 coins for no reason.
Yeah, you know. Bless me, bagpipes!
You come down here and I'll deal you a blow to the head. You're supposed to be keeping an eye out for trouble, remember?
Amazing.
Launchpad. What if the images on these coins symbolize the various tribes of Mungo Capquack's empire? Maybe if I
I'm betting Manco Capquack is a reference to some, like,
Oh, yeah.
Mayan
Yeah,
leader.
oh, absolutely. I just have no idea what it is.
working.
Maybe you need to say the magic words.
What are the magic words?
Maybe not.
Oh.
The magic words were magic words. Oh, behold the lost city of Ducka,
City of Manco Capquack.
the ancient city of Manco
Must be
Capquack.
pointing to the temple of the clouds. But how do we
Ah.
get across?
Up here, Mr. McD.
Maybe the person who flew a helicopter to get you here could maybe fly you over there.
Yep, and now we just hang out on this helicopter. We could stop at all these little platforms to get money, but we're not. I don't need it.
We're gonna pick up that gem
Yes.
and no others. And you're gonna
I didn't even know that could happen in this game. All right, we'll hang out up here then.
no more gems for us.
Da-da,
Wait, is there just another statue?
da-da-da. Oh yeah, there are
How
several.
many?
I think.
And
two.
also, the first one has a laser beam pointing to the second one, which has a laser beam pointing. Okay, that actually points to the Temple of Clouds.
Ah.
Whoa! I did it!
Whoa!
Temple of
Thanks,
Manco
Mario.
Capquack.
With a little help from your old pal, Launchpad McQuack.
Why does every single character have a duck pun as their name?
I don't know, but you know what we need to do for Metroid Marathon? Figure out all of our duck pun names.
I really don't want to.
I really do. The problem is that I'm running a little low on creativity while I'm
Me-
trying to quack my way through these levels.
I'm quacked on 11.
Can I just be Quack because my name's already just one syllable? And
Well,
that's maximally confusing.
unless you adopted your Twitch handle.
Quack Bucket.
Yeah,
I like it, actually.
Quack Bucket, or like Duck Bucket if you wanted to do that.
Oh, yeah.
The second one has been there the whole time. You just needed the first one shooting the laser for it to shoot its own laser to find the Temple of Clouds. Perfect. What was that clicking noise?
I don't know.
You sound more like a
Getting
quack
audible
bot.
for a moment there.
Hello,
Am I
Mrs. Beakley.
Am I back? Can you hear me?
Yes, you're back.
Welcome back.
Okay, great. Gosh, I was like, I did something that I was shocked no one reacted to.
Was it the clicking?
No, it was this.
Amazing. Thank you for that.
I see why you needed to go AFK.
We have accordion.
I'm hoping that sounds good.
Hey, you're almost there. That is the melody line.
Yeah, I got pretty close.
He hasn't been playing accordion every Sunday on Twitch for the past few months for nothing.
I haven't been taking rando requests 4 times a week to not figure out melodies on the fly. I could learn this song, I bet. It's not that complicated.
Onward and upward.
Maybe I should give this one a crack sometime.
Amazing.
This one doesn't have a sick guitar solo in the middle of it that we would need to learn. That would be significantly harder. Himalayas is the only one that has that.
I've gotten a little bit into the ways of Freebird before, so...
That's true.
Hey, that's all the qualification you need in my book.
Fair enough. Yeah, as soon as I pulled out an accordion and started playing the melody and got no response, I was like, hang on, I bet my mic is broken. Because there are a lot of things I would expect as a reaction, but silence is not one of them.
A moment of silence for the accordion. Goodbye, Sapphire Storm. Thank you for joining us.
Have a good one.
Ah, a medal full of money. So a little bit of explanation of the mechanics of DuckTales. I'm not going to get very much of this, but there are random hidden, in heavy air quotes, secrets in DuckTales that on easy and normal difficulty give you extra health. On hard difficulty, only a couple of them give you extra health, and most of them just give you piles of cash in the form of, like, treasures that we will see at the bottom of our money bin. That secret that I found was one of those, and I never remember which ones actually give me extra health, and extra health is the thing that I desperately need, because I'm only kind of okay at video games.
Says the person who picked hard mode.
I was gonna say, we are playing on hard. Yes.
Well, yeah, but that's just to prove a point to myself, and really because I enjoy punishment. Just like when I pick difficulty for playing the modern Doom games.
It's true.
Yes, I am capable of this on Ultra Nightmare. Oh, why?
I can play your difficult demon shooting video game.
Man, Doom was good.
I really should play Doom. I keep on meaning to play Doom.
Was just good. I don't know how much I want to talk about it to avoid spoiling, but
The latest Doom Eternal is a Metroidvania game, and we could have played it at this marathon, but again, it came out too close to the event.
Yeah. Too close for any of us to get through all of it and actually know how it goes.
Extra health is only in the Himalayas and Transylvania. All right.
You know, for a chamber designed to kill intruders, they are leaving you a lot of space to not get crushed.
Yeah, this is pretty generous.
Everybody notices it.
I'm only gonna crush 80% of my room. Oh no, you hid in the remaining 20%.
Alright, imagine for a moment being the contractor who has just finished the stone death room and trying to explain, well, if you kill 80% of the intruders every time, and we do it, 30 times, that's
The
like
half-life
probably
of
gotta kill
intruders
them,
in your
right?
room. One rogue with evasion should only last
Yeah.
a few minutes.
How many Scottish ducks could we kill in this setup? We haven't tested, but I think it's safe to assume.
Is this another 5 cycles of...
I
bouncing
think
on the
this
head 3
might
times?
be a 4-cycle Stonehead. Yeah, there we go.
Hey.
My next Kotaku article on DuckTales hard mode too hard.
There was a... so that's a reaction to, I think, the Kotaku article. Final Fantasy VII Remake's new easy mode is too easy, which is like, okay, then don't play easy mode.
Yeah.
A parody website like The Onion, but not The Onion, called, I think, The Hard Times, or The Hard... something like that, then made a parody article, its easy mode is too easy, its hard mode is too hard, but its medium mode is just right, by editorial author Goldilocks.
Very good. Kotaku's been in a weird state lately. They have lost a lot of their big name contributors. Very
Yeah.
quick.
Including Jason Schreier just left?
Jason Schreier just left, yeah. He's now going to be working for Bloomberg. And they lost Tim Rogers, like video producer and cult classic, like in a couple of months ago. And then he left, and now he's making like $10,000 a month on Patreon. So go Tim.
He's doing better.
He's doing way better.
Climbing for nothing. Hey, Mr. McD.
Bless me, bagpipes, the scepter of the Incan king!
It is yours.
So
Take it and go in peace.
I think what I would take away from this most is that Chief saying, "Take it and go."
It's just the old
Yep.
king's back scratcher.
Ah.
Amazing. Hey, let's show off our pile of money
Absolutely.
before we go
yeah.
into video.
Let's show off our
Pile
pile
of
of money.
money, man.
First of all, what are we at for donations right now?
Let me actually look at our total. We have a total of $410.
Wow!
Which I believe has met the milestone that Mojo and the rest of the SR388 crew set up.
Before we even got to them.
Before we even got to them, but that was the point. They wanted that milestone to be met before DuckTales finish.
Okay.
SR388 will experience a Rio raid. And, I don't know what that means.
All right. All right, well, we have it.
All right.
But
You know
we'll
what
find
I've
out.
been reminded of while we were talking about our money pile? There's an old freeware flash game called... Gosh, let's see if I can remember it.
All right, well, hold that thought for 30 seconds, because here's our actual money pile.
Ah, yeah!
Yeah, buddy!
Dive into it!
Check out the Scepter of the Incan King, the random medal that we found in the side of the wall where I was looking for max health, and the crown of Genghis Khan.
This is a perfect video game feature.
Yes, it's amazing.
It is technically your high score counter. It gets bigger as you get more money, but I'm never coming back here because there's no reason to do it. So.
All right. So I've remembered the name of this game. It was called Tower of Money.
All
And
right.
it worked like this. You were a little man in a little top hat, and you roll up on an island, and you have a series of platforming challenges. And in each platforming challenge, there are some number of coins. And as you collect those coins, the hub world, a giant golden statue of yourself would be built, upon which you would climb to reach other levels. So the
Okay.
threshold for hitting each level was like a cumulative all of your previous levels amount of gold. So as you went through each area and scraped more and more gold out of levels as you got better at the platforming, you'd be able to access further up the Tower of Money. And if you got like everything, you could get way up there. It was a neat little game.
This was another Newgrounds Flash game, you said?
No, it might have been on Newgrounds. I found it as Some
If it was on Armor Games, it was also on Newgrounds.
I wish I could remember where I found this game. You know what? Actually, there's a guy named the Pixel Prospect who is still doing stuff. He used to have a website. He may still have a website. Now he has a Twitter. All he does is find like cool, weird little video games and show you that they exist. And I think it was in one of those
Where you
he's all
discovered.
Like, hey, here's 200 games you've never heard of in 3 seconds of them. And one of them was like Tower of Money. I was like, that looks fun. And I played it, and I was like, boy, that's fun. It was just like a good little free platformer.
Open those away from the mic.
Hey,
That was a donation.
I ripped open a bag of cookies for us, and we got a donation. I should do it more often. Sterling sends another $20 towards Rainforest Trust and says, a small pile of money to celebrate Scrooge's small pile of money.
Hang on, when I don't have a cookie in my mouth, I'll do some couch music for you, Sterling.
That wasn't enough for couch music. It's got to be 25.
Why did we do that so high? I want to sing more often.
Because we want people to donate more to the Rainforest Trust. And I want to eat more of these cookies. I mean, we can do the couch music if you want. Whatever.
Instead we get couch cookie ASMR. I think they're probably okay with that for a little bit.
Matt, we're sorry we don't have any cookies to send to you. We've also lost Matt again. Maybe.
Yeah, I feel the accordion in my immediate future.
Couldn't understand anything Mark said besides ASMR.
This is the favorite part of the stream now.
As
Those are
designed.
perfect.
Slowly driven to madness by it.
Good.
Let me tell you what about this is driving me the most mad.
Matt?
Is that sometimes...
You switched to your crappier mic.
Ah! So not only does Discord not like my good microphone and continues to switch away from it.
For the last time, there are no ghosts in this mine.
Are we good now?
Nope.
Ah! God, it's driving. I can literally see the levels on my mic. I can see
I'll
them.
tell you what scared them away.
He's going through
I'm
mitosis.
not about to let a bunch of silly super.
Is that what mitosis sounds like?
I guess.
Wow.
Now, man the controls and blow it away, lads.
Lots.
Are these Mojo's cookies? Mm-hmm. Mojo, thank you for the cookies. 1. 2, I have been making your cookie recipe an uncomfortable number of times for my weight. Because they are the most incredibly durable cookies for my bachelor self that just kind of leaves them out on the counter covered in a paper towel for a week and a half and they maintain their texture. I love this cookie recipe
There's
so
nothing
much.
quite like quarantine baking.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they're a great way to do quarantine baking. Speaking of quarantine baking, baking bread sucks.
I have made many loaves of sourdough bread in the last, 2 months or so.
Yeah, I think it might just be my bread recipe in particular was designed to be made in a bread machine.
I should send you the one I use because it is very easy.
You might have to do that because I'm kind of just eating potato rolls right now. And to be fair, potato rolls are also some unholy science and also delicious. So I don't necessarily need to change the bread, but
True.
maybe I should.
You just got a ring.
Yeah, I'm just walking into places looking for life ups because I don't ever want to repeat a level again like we had to repeat the Himalayas.
Well, you've got 7 extra lives now.
Yep. We are not capped at 9 because this is a modern game, but I don't know that we'll go above 9.
You know, I appreciate that the one thing which maybe is completely intact from the original DuckTales is the bouncing on your pogo sound.
Oh, yeah.
It's a perfect sound. How do you improve on it?
It reminds me, personally, so much of Commander Keen.
Oh, yeah. I don't know what
anyone's
song, I don't know what sound specifically you're thinking of, but yeah, I'm with you.
Well, gosh, the original Commander Keen... So, I remember the original Commander Keen... Let me start over. When my brother and I grew up, we played a lot of Commander Keen 4.
Alright.
Which is it's still a really good game. Also, there was a boulder that was following you, but you kind of lost it after 30 seconds, and then it never had a chance to catch up.
Mm-hmm.
So Commander Keen 4 is like a really good game, has things that you would expect out of games like volume control and going through speakers and things like that. I went back and I tried to play Commander Keen 1, which is a much older game. So old, in fact, that they couldn't depend on you having a sound card, or in fact, anything that could play sounds. So the sound effects of that game are all like system sounds that your motherboard makes. And there is no volume control for the alarm sounds that your motherboard makes. So it's incredibly loud and frankly a little bit obnoxious from what I remember. And it's been a very long time since I played Commander Keen 1 because frankly it's painful to listen to.
Have you ever heard the wizardry that Tim Follin did on that kind of speed? Because
No.
Tim Follin, old video game composer.
Also, you're still not coming through your actual mic.
I'm going to kill somebody. I am a level of angry I cannot effectively communicate.
What's interesting is that you don't sound very angry, which makes me wonder how much of your life you spend in anger.
I mean, I hope not a lot. It's not good for you.
No, it
Causes
isn't.
stress. That was a jump I should have made.
Rip.
1 second and come back.
Also, Scrooge McDuck does a lot of talking in minecart sections, and there's a lot of Scroogeisms.
He says things like, I did not get here by being foolish.
I did not get to be number one by backing Dune.
By backing Dune. It's quite good, and we hope you can hear it. We've had to turn our sounds down pretty quiet so that you're not hearing horrible echo. So we hope that the sound balance is good.
We hope that Scroogeisms are coming through. All right.
We hope the sound balance is good might just end up being the motto of Metroid Other Marathon.
How is that not the motto of all the previous Metroid marathons?
Because we have lapel mics.
I mean, those got coughed in a lot.
Is there any true good audio?
Matt, you sound better.
You sound great.
Don't
Thank
touch anything.
God. So I realized part of my problem is that my headphones were lightly brushing against the cable that is attached to my good microphone.
Yeah, you can't do that. You can't lightly brush against cables.
I wish. I just need to get a new USB cable, and then I hope that this problem goes away forever.
Yeah. Right. Is it like a distinct cable from the microphone?
No, it's just a micro USB.
Right, but like, is it something that you can unplug from your computer and also unplug from your microphone?
Yes.
Okay, so it is a replaceable part.
It is a replaceable part.
That is good.
Yes.
Unless the problem is like the connection in the mic or
That
something.
is possible, but it is kind of difficult to return things right now.
Yeah. Returns are not essential.
You gotta just try the thing that works and hope.
Yeah. Which is like, if I can engineer a position of the microphone such that the USB is never touched by anything, it's a great microphone. There's a lot of conditionals on that, though.
Yeah. I mean, I have so much cable trouble at home. My problem is I'm really bad at like running over my headphone cable with my chair.
Oh my goodness.
Or getting it tangled up in things. Or just absent-mindedly like walking to the kitchen and forgetting that I'm plugged in via headphones and ripping the headphone cable out. And so I try and find ways to like wrap it around things so that it's out of the way of my chair and also limits my movement enough that I can't really yank it out of its case without like being really dumb.
Yeah, I have finagled a solution for this for when I have to stream.
Pizza Pony also
is,
on my
like,
team that this is a
basically
Metroid game.
impossible to touch my microphone.
Everyone on your streams who joins your streams, except you, is on the same wavelength as me for finding out why every game is a Metroid game.
Look, I know why this game is a Metroid game, and we haven't seen it yet.
Yes, fair.
Although the slugs do help.
Yeah,
The slugs are a
they
very
look like
Metroid
they look a
enemy.
little bit like gamers.
What are these things? Are they gumballs?
I'll tell you what they are. They are a group of people who have wealth that isn't yours. That is a problem.
How dare they?
We had better pogo them aggressively.
What if we applied blunt force trauma to these natives and took their money?
We're getting uncomfortably real.
Maybe we should back up.
I don't like this.
He does seem to have a lollipop as a weapon.
Yeah, I was gonna go with their like sentient gumballs.
It could also be a very old-fashioned microphone. Sort of an old game show mic.
Yeah, with the like really long stem that you held down here.
Oh yeah.
Wow, what was the game show? Was it? It wasn't Hollywood Squares.
What channel was it on?
The Game Show Network.
Oh, okay. Because I was gonna say, I know a few game shows and they all aired on Nickelodeon.
So like double there.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure this king just did a Marvel vs. Capcom Tron Bond Super at you.
Yeah, that Tron Bond Super hits me pretty consistently.
Amazing.
So the goal is to just have enough health for it to not matter. Kabang!
I mean, that is really hard to dodge.
Oh my gosh. All the ball jumps are random. I just pogo over it and pray, and it doesn't work more often than it does.
How does he do it?
But he has fewer cycles than I do.
Hopefully.
Unless I get hit by a rock!
That was not a friendly pattern. But got him.
That was probably really loud. Sorry about that. I was excited.
You punched him and he punched you until one of you fell over.
First of all, are you claiming that The Price is Right is a bad game show? Because I'll fight you on that. The Newlywed Game, I don't know.
All the game shows on Nickelodeon.
The Price is Right is not the one I was thinking of, but that is definitely one where Bob Barker used the like super spindly long microphone with a tiny beat at the top, and he just held it down here. It was like, yes, we're good. You know, what are you bidding on? This fine box of laundry detergent costs $3.
Yeah,
you know, whatever.
What game show had the two families competing against each other and they like had to do
Family
trivia?
Feud?
Family Feud. Did they have a long microphone in old Family Feud?
Probably. It's still not the one I'm thinking of, but I also gave zero description of this game show.
Yeah.
All you said is old game show.
Hey, you know what?
And I said it's not Hollywood Squares. I remember.
We've been doing a great job guessing old, obscure Newgrounds things with very little go on. There's no reason you should have to describe this, but go on.
I remember there were two contestants, and there was a panel, a rotating panel of like 6 famous people who I never knew because they were famous from like the 60s.
Yeah.
Or like when color TV was first invented.
Yeah.
And all the questions would be basically statements, and they just put a blank in there, and it was up to the experts to either fill it in correctly or like get the most hilarious answer or something like that.
That sure sounds like Hollywood Squares.
Match game, maybe, probably.
Match game. Did you ever see the phenomenal ending of an episode of I think it was Hollywood Squares? It was a like newer version of Hollywood Squares, where the last square was Gilbert Gottfried, and both players needed that square in order to win.
Mm-hmm.
And so one player would say like, ask Gilbert Gottfried a question, and then they do the Hollywood Squares thing, which is like he'd say true or false, and you had to say whether or not he was right. And they would get it wrong, and then he would yell at them and insult them, and then the next person would do it. And this went on like 8 times in a row. It was incredible. Just every single time somebody got it wrong, Gilbert Gottfried would be slightly more exasperated, just yell, "You fool!
I can't believe." I can't do it, Gilbert Gottfried.
I can't believe.
Just Iago from Aladdin screaming at you
Yeah.
that you're bad
Iago
at trivia.
yells at you on a game show ASMR.
By the way, DuckTales, also a Castlevania game,
Oh man,
Hey,
representing all of the major genres of game here
all of the
in one.
different Vanias.
Oh yes.
Hey, look at this.
It does seem like the only settings that a Castlevania game or Metroidvania can be in are some version of sci-fi space or some version of Transylvania or very rarely Mexico.
Ori takes place in a beautiful place, like, in a beautiful forest that is not any of those things. Although, you
forest
could
of
argue
Hyrule?
it's sci-fi space and on another planet.
They're definitely like aliens in Ori, right?
Yeah, there you go.
All right. Who's
Thank you, development team, for that animation.
I feel like Scrooge has to basically know who owns every castle on Earth at this point.
Oh yeah, he golfs with them.
Oh, like of course.
I'll be back with the treasure in no time.
I'm sure Scrooge like has Dracula's phone number.
Don't worry. I'll be back with the
And Jeff Bezos, like, why not? Just call up whoever you need to call.
Why has Mr. McDuck brought his like 6-year-old nieces and nephews with him into this spooky castle anyway?
I think it's more of the point that, like, he can't get rid of them is the running gag.
Ah, so he's like a bad parental figure or a bad.
Yeah, he just discovers them under the seat and is like, all right, whatever.
I'm really getting the feeling that maybe Scrooge McDuck is not a responsible man.
What? What?
Huey, Dewey.
No.
So here's a question for whoever out there knows the answer, because I don't. In the new DuckTales show, which I have not watched, are Huey, Louie, and Dewey different characters, or are they the same duck 3 times like they are in most of media?
You know what? I need to watch that show too. I wish I could answer it for you. It was a thing on my list the last time I was thinking about practicing DuckTales Remastered.
It's like,
And then
oh,
it
yeah,
fell
they made a
off
new
my
DuckTales.
list.
I think I follow at least 2 people on Twitter who work on that show, so I am occasionally reminded of it.
I see.
Ah, okay.
I don't
feel
watch
like-
TV anymore.
I only watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I watch no other television.
I-
But that's not completely true.
I really want to watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and I know I think it's available on Hulu, and I just haven't gone and watched it on Hulu. But like every single clip of that show that I watch is hilarious.
It's phenomenal. It's a great show.
I'm out of here.
So there is one other category of television I watch, and if you know me personally, this will not surprise anybody. It is vintage Japanese old live-action cheesy shows with special effects in them.
Please tell me you've seen Team Medical Dragon, which is not
No.
vintage, but is a fantastic, like, I think Korean serial
That
about.
sounds amazing.
So it's a serial about a heart doctor, and it's based on a manga, and the
Okay.
genre of the manga is shonen, which means this heart doctor must perform increasingly more ridiculous heart surgeries in order to prove how awesome that he is the most awesome heart doctor in all of Japan. And there's a tournament arc where they get in contests with other hospitals to do more absurd open heart surgeries.
I want you to know that you have described a perfect television show.
Yes, I have. Team Medical Dragon is something truly special.
Oh, incredible. So there's a particular show that I was actually thinking about when I remembered, like, oh yeah, I watch other shows. So there is a YouTube channel that came into existence less than a month ago,
I'm going the wrong way.
which is just archives of old Japanese television shows of this description that have been put up by the people who made the show. So, like, it's perfectly legal.
Okay.
And included in this list is a show from the 60s that has maybe the most succinct description of why you want to watch the show of a title. This show is called Robot Detective.
Oh boy. Oh yeah. I'm
He's
in.
a robot and he is a detective. And the opening credits, you see him with his little newsboy cap and his little, like, red detective outfit, and he's clearly a robot. And in the same thing, he rips off the jacket and shoots missiles out of his chest because he's a robot.
Oh yeah.
That's amazing.
What a good television show.
When you were
My God.
when you were talking about a show based on a manga about a doctor, I thought we were talking about Monster. And
No,
that is
that's another really good show, but that is a serious show. Team Medical Dragon is the opposite of a serious show.
Yeah.
To answer someone's question from chat that scrolled off, yes, there is a beach episode of Team Medical Dragon. To further expound on my absolute favorite dumb show, It opens in a scene of like a tent in a Middle Eastern country where they're doing surgeries because people are getting bombed constantly, because like that's our understanding of foreign affairs in this show. And one of the doctors just holds up a severed leg and says, "What do I do with this leg?"
Is
like,
he not a surgeon?
yeah, in like badly translated English. It is
Oh,
just the best.
Incredible. Maybe after this is all over, we should arrange ourselves a like goofy TV viewing.
Oh, I'd watch Team Medical Dragon as many times as anyone asks me to.
I own in digital form and physical form the entirety of 1967's Ultra 7, which is a show, the third show in the Ultra series, most famously Ultraman, of a random dude who has the ability to turn into a big spandex man 300 feet tall. And the thing which is about Ultraman, which is always so spectacular,
Hello, Rubber
is
Possum.
that
Welcome to Metroid Marathon.
the special effects are so cheap that Ultraman only ever does two things. He crosses his arms and shoots a very low-budget laser,
Also
or
conceptionist.
he just straight wrestles you.
Yeah.
He'll just grab you and drag you to the ground and bludgeon you. But
That's
it's
a
just,
pretty
like,
good
clearly-
superpower.
Oh, it's just a dude who's 300 feet tall in spandex wrestling with a 300-foot tall rubber lizard. It's a perfect television show.
Having so much trouble finding anything around here.
Sign me up.
Oh, it's so good. We gotta watch some Ultraman.
Well, I know what we're doing post our next Metroid Marathon meeting.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Metroid Watch Party.
Yeah.
Metroid Watch Tokusatsu Party.
Is that where
I
the
really
extra
feel-
health was? I think that might have been where the extra health was.
I feel like the soundtrack of this castle goes way harder than it needs to.
Oh, have you been? Yeah, this particular version has some duck step in it. That
It's pretty gnarly.
it's great. Jake
Yeah,
Kaufman
it's
killed it on like every song in this soundtrack.
I do really like the portrait in the background. It's not a big spooky castle unless you had yourself an old portrait in the background.
And some busts.
Oh
Of-
yeah, you gotta have some duck busts.
Oh yeah.
Duck
So-
step.
It's been a little while since we talked about Rainforest Trust, so I'm gonna
yeah.
I'm gonna take a brief interlude to talk about who we are and what we're doing here. Hello, everyone. If you are watching and you have just tuned in, or if you have tuned in recently,
No, here's the extra health.
we are the Metroid Marathon team, and as you can tell, we're playing a bunch of Metroid games this weekend.
Including Castlevania.
Including Castlevania 2, Simon's Quest, DuckTales Remastered, and after this we're going to head on over to SR388, where Doug, Mojo, and Catherine are going to be playing Lifeline. We are doing all of this because we would like to help raise funds for Rainforest Trust. Rainforest Trust is the organization that we are supporting this marathon. They are a group that helps protect and preserve wildlife through programs like land purchasing and title granting, where they purchase land and then give it to indigenous tribes and groups who live in those areas to be able to help them, protect their areas from things like illegal mining or deforestation. I was leafing through this impact report from 2018 that they sent us for our perusal, and I found a page talking about their financials in 2018. Their expenditures in 2018 were just about $14.5 million, of which $13.5 million went towards their conservation programs. They have a figure on the other side that say conservation programs comprise 92% of our expenses. So 92% of the funds that they receive in donations go directly towards their mission. And you may ask, 92% is good, but why not 100%? And it's because they do have some overhead for their administrative fees, and they spend some money on fundraising. So basically, you got to spend money to make money, right? They make things like this T-shirt. They publish things like this little magazine. And so those expenditures cost some money. But that helps spread the word of who they are and what they do, so that people then return donations to them, so that they can spend the vast majority of it on their conservation programs. I will note that...
that a 92% rate of spending money on the charity is extremely high.
Yes, that's very high compared to other, like, there are other great charities that manage to spend like 80% of their donation on the program. That still is great. Rainforest Trust goes beyond that. 92% is very large. Just to put a number comparison on it, I mentioned their total expenditures were $14.5 million. Conservation programs got $13.5 million. Their administrative fees were less than $150,000. So, like, they run a pretty lean organization. Furthermore, I read in some of the emails that we've been exchanging back and forth that their administrative fees are actually paid by their board of directors out of their own pockets. So essentially, like, these people are paying themselves salaries and things like that. So that money for their salaries and for their administrative costs doesn't come from your donations. It comes from this board of directors, which is, you know, above and beyond great. They've received a perfect 100 out of 100 score on Charity Navigator, which is why we are extremely proud to help support them. So that's what you're watching. That's what we're doing here. That's what we're raising for. Sterling asked, what's Lifeline? I'm going to let SR388 explain that to you.
Yeah.
Also
Mostly
now that
because we
we're-
don't know.
Yeah, I don't know a darn thing about that game. But I'm looking at this game, and I don't know why I thought we would be able to play an NES-era platformer and not do a minecart section.
That's a good point.
Oh, yeah, we got you covered there.
I don't know what it was, but for like 5 years, every video game had a minecart in it.
It was just a very mining-focused time in our lives.
I guess.
I'm trying to think of, like, the first game I can think of, because I immediately jumped to, obviously they cribbed it from Donkey Kong Country, but that was a
Right.
Super Nintendo game. This was a Nintendo game. There must be a minecart precursor.
What is the minecart?
Yes. And I'm coming up empty.
Ah, gosh, what is the earliest game with a minecart section? What a good question. I don't think Mario ever did the minecart section thing, did they? Not for a long time.
Oh, did Super Mario Brothers 2 have it? No, Super Mario Brothers 2 had the caves with like the giant stompy ceilings crushing you, but it didn't have a strict auto-scroller minecart.
I know that the like Game Boy Color era Zelda games had dungeons that were just silly with minecarts, but there weren't really like minecart sections.
Is this villainess's name really Magica Dispel?
Of course.
I'm
Honestly,
Oh my
I'm
God.
disappointed. I wanted it to be Magica Duckspell.
She's voiced by Jane Fonda? That's like Rocky the Flying Squirrel.
Amazing.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure we got all the original voice actors from the first DuckTales show to act these cutscenes.
Probably.
I think that is Jane Fonda.
I believe Jane Fonda. I want to say that she passed away a few years ago, but I want to double check that.
We're gonna check our facts because we're
I'm not
trying
gonna
to be.
hear spouting nonsense. Okay, she.
Well, we'll only spout nonsense of a
Yeah.
No, Jane Fonda is
Fact-based
fine.
name.
I was thinking of somebody else.
Okay.
June Foray, I think, is who I'm thinking of.
We're glad to hear that Jane Fonda is still doing.
Anyway, we're going to the Shadow Realm,
Yes,
which is
okay.
just the same as the
Sorry.
regular realm.
June Foray is the name of the person who did Rocky from Rocky the Flying Squirrel, not Jane Fonda. Jane Fonda's entirely different, very nice woman. June Foray passed away in 2017. But June Foray, fun little note about her. She was like so famous for her work on the Rocky and Bullwinkle show, and such an inspiration to so many people. There is an entire episode of the Powerpuff Girls that is a like direct structural rip from the Rocky and Bullwinkle show that has special guest star June Foray.
Amazing.
It's a really funny episode. Boy, she was working a long time.
Jane Fonda is currently working on a Netflix show and also getting arrested at protests. Jane Fonda is a sex symbol from the 70s.
Yes.
So we just crossed our wires there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely got the wrong JF woman celebrity actress.
Thanks for the hosts, everyone. We really appreciate it. That helps bring people to our stream so that they can see what we're doing and maybe help support us. Well, help support
Definitely
the
help
Rainforest Trust.
Yes. You know, Mystica, I feel like you're maybe kind of phoning it in on your magic mirrors.
She just-
I've seen.
She just
You
tried
can do
to
literal
play a
magic,
shell game
so-
with you.
She did. That attack does have, like, actual challenge to it, except for the part where she clearly advertises, this is the mirror I'm coming out of. That I just get to straight away because you can pogo jump anywhere on the map. Fire!
Yeah, I guess it is possible that she is just not very good at this particular spell.
Yep.
Also, yeah, why doesn't she just fly as a duck? That's a good point.
Don't worry about it.
She's a duck. Ducks can fly.
I'm a little worried about it. Alright, now she's dead?
She uses her wings as spell components. Clearly that's what happened.
Had McQuack fly without the plane?
Ah, see, even she calls them inferior. There we go.
Discount store spell ingredients. Amazing.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Launchpad McQuack flies.
Number one dime will soon be mine.
One of them is literally a pilot. Well, he flies.
He does. That was the joke I just made.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm moving at a wavelength still. I had coffee. You didn't have tea.
It's true.
So why does she give you the coin? I guess she just wants you to go away, which seems to be sort of a running theme in this game.
I mean, you were kind of killing her.
Yeah. This is also Bayonetta. Absolutely.
I think Magica will keep out of our way now, Uncle.
We're gonna be getting a lot of Bayonetta tomorrow.
How are we doing on time?
It is 2:50,
Okay.
and you were scheduled to end at, I think, 3:15. So,
Alright, so I may want to speed it up a little bit because we have 2 levels left. The level with by far the best song in video gaming, and then the last level.
I'm pretty sure there's a VG lead sheet of the moon.
Probably.
Absolutely.
I keep saying this, but I haven't gotten a chance to say it on stream yet. Literally the only thing I knew about DuckTales, the NES game, before looking at this was, oh, the moon theme is a really good musical theme that starts in 15:8.
Yep.
Every single video game music podcast that I listen to, and I listen to several, make the comment that 15:8 merely makes it sound spacey. Which, like, may be true, but makes me think that
I'm
they're all
wondering-
just copying each other's notes.
Yeah, I'm wondering if the moon theme started that and they're just putting the cart before the horse.
Let it be known that the void of space sounds like 15:8.
Why, that's Oxy Chew, Mr. McDuck.
Alright, let's speed up this marathon a little.
Oh,
Yeah,
I see. That's why we can breathe on the moon.
Let's get to
because we
the
have
music.
gum.
Hold on, Shidrin. Look at these things.
Look at this Metroid.
Look at these squid octopus type things in space. They're Metroids.
Yeah, it's a Metroid.
Also, those are space pirates.
Yeah, this is Metroid.
Look.
They really did not have to go so hard on this song, but by God, they did.
This is the
It's
one
so
song
good.
they had to go hard on. Like, everybody was expecting, oh, they'll never do the moon theme as well as the original NES. And Jake Kaufman absolutely slew it. Also, goodbye, Space Pirate.
Hipster, I would crank those jams up, but this game, I guess, retains its true NES form. It doesn't have sound controls.
Yeah.
Including, we can't mute it when we're doing transition stuff.
So you'll get a little extra DuckTales theme.
Oh, that's right. There's a robot duck in the lore of DuckTales. I'm not a big DuckTales buff, so I forget.
Yeah.
But I have vague memories of there being a sort of RoboCop.
Oh yeah, we'll see him, don't worry. Skip that cutscene.
Is that Donald?
No, that's Fenton.
Alright.
Another forgettable character from the series.
Fenton!
Fenton!
Fenton! Oh, Jesus Christ! Fenton!
Let's go get my Gizmo Duck suit.
Oh, he has a suit. I thought it was just a robot.
We are collecting those suit parts. That is the gimmick behind this stage.
Yep.
This copy of Zero Mission does look a little weird. It's
No,
the mod
it's-
I'm using.
It's the remake of Metroid 1. This is Metroid First Mission.
Yes. Metroid DuckTales mission.
Metroid -1 mission.
I am legitimately curious if they're ever going to remake Metroid 1.
I don't want to get on my rant of game remakes and remasters.
Oh man, what is Final Fantasy VII? A remake master imagining? Please get on this rant. I want to hear it. You've threatened me with it twice now. You gotta deliver.
I don't want to, because I'm going to make a lot of people angry, because I think this hot take is actually a hot take.
The takes are too hot, I see.
Yeah.
Alright, you're giving it to me off stream.
Climb this thing. Who fights crime with a unicycle? No,
You know,
only
that's a
two
good
more
question,
shots to
Scrooge.
find, and we can break into that moonboat.
Who built Gizmo Duck's suit? Why one wheel?
The world may never know.
These space squids were awfully nice to come back for you to use as a bridge on the way
Absolutely.
back, too.
Oh, did I need to be up there? I don't think I needed to be up there.
Y'all sent me down a rabbit hole looking up old video game minecart stages, and nobody seems to have tried to nail down the earliest instance. It might be Contra.
Yeah,
That's a donation.
that is an intriguing idea.
We have a $50 donation from our friend Shinrin Cole, who says, and I have to perform this, DuckTales, woo!
Every day I've been having DuckTales, woo!
Thank you for singing that way better than I did. Thank you very much, Shinrin Cole. I believe that's enough for couch music.
Oh yeah.
I'll just do that for 7 hours.
Yep. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da na 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 na. Da na 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 na. Da 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 na 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 na. Do 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 do.
I think we've almost found the right key.
Yep, we're getting there on accordion.
It's this is a weird one. It's in, I think it's in like some bunker's sharp key.
Probably. An extra Scrooge.
That hit scared me. But I just need to hold left and we'll be fine.
Okay, good. You've assembled all 3 parts, right?
Yep. We gotta go back. We gotta go watch the one unskippable cutscene. This cutscene is bugged. If we skip it, we will soft lock the game and have to go back to the menu.
How do we cutscene?
I don't have one of the parts.
I don't think you picked up the first part.
Oh no, you missed one.
The first. Oh,
The
I
helmet.
never went. I never went back to that room that had the. Okay, cool. That's the easiest part to go back and get. I never went back to the room after I disabled the laser and just go, hey, maybe you should pick up this part. I don't necessarily know that they're in the right order, left to right. So maybe we're missing a different part, but that's the easiest one to check. So
Oh
we'll
no.
just go over here.
Yeah,
Yup.
it's right there.
Sweet.
Way. All right, it was really close.
Alrighty. Now we're going to the unskippable cutscene.
Why couldn't we just made him the robot suit without the jetpack? He's got a unicycle.
Well, the piece we were missing is his helmet, and his helmet
Which he
is
needs
important.
to breathe on the moon.
Yeah.
All right, fine.
Just like Scrooge has a helmet to breathe on the moon.
right.
Oh, no, you don't.
Run of this game at some point, because I wonder if it's like busted in half or just very high execution.
It's half an hour long. It is busted in half. I'm assuming they do some things to go through the levels and not actually collect all of the like coins
They
in the
must.
Amazon or whatever. I've got a pretty optimal route. So like, provided that I don't die, I get to it in an hour 15.
I definitely ape a lot of the Bayonetta 2 route on the speedrun of Bayonetta 2, which is a game that is not busted in half, but I don't do the infinite witch twist to jump forever glitch to skip some stuff.
Okay.
For my part, I looked up an any percent speedrun of Hollow Knight, and it was 30 minutes, and it started with, you have to get this particular old version where these things work. That's the version we run because screw updates.
Yup.
And I was like, eh.
He just kind of said nope.
So
I feel like... go ahead.
I have built a run that is 3.5 hours long, which the astute observer will note is, 7 times the length of the any percent speedrun?
Yeah, but don't worry about it.
Is possible, and goes with the
and plays the
current
game.
version, and plays the game. Doesn't skip the entire game.
I see.
And it's fun. I think I've got a pretty good, enjoyable route.
I feel like if I release an indie game and a bunch of speedrunners crack it over their knee, if what they find is something I think a regular player would just never, ever run into, I don't why bother patching it?
And you know, that's actually what a lot of developers do. They just go, oh, that's cool. How do you do that? Oh, you do this ridiculous sequence of frame-perfect inputs and then, like, crouch roll backwards through a wall. Yeah, I'm not going to patch that. That's
yeah,
fine.
Who cares? But if it's like, oh yeah, if we bump into this corner in this way, you can soft lock accidentally, you'd be like, that probably shouldn't be in the video game.
Yeah, that probably shouldn't be in the game.
Mike plays Hollow Knight the way God intended. I don't know if God intended us to play Hollow Knight, but if he did, it's proof that he exists and he wants us to be challenged yet satisfied.
There we go.
I mean, he did, but it's apocryphal, so.
It's in the Deutero canon.
Yes.
All right, we're skipping cutscenes again.
Woo! But we were.
Yeah,
we're running up on time.
We went pretty quickly on Castlevania 2, and I think repeating that level early on
brought us right back on time. Oh, that's fine.
Well, we should be finishing up here in the next 15 minutes, which puts us exactly on schedule to send it over to SR388 for Lifeline.
I am excited to learn about Lifelink, a game about which I know nothing. So.
Yeah.
Oh, same here. I will absolutely be spiritual couch even if I'm not actually on couch for that game. Or spiritual virtual couch even if we're not real virtual couch.
I'll watch it while I practice Bayonetta.
No, there's a secret up there. I don't want to bother. Okay. I think it's just money. Bop.
Scrooge McDuck says, I have enough money.
Well, Mark says I have enough money.
Yeah.
I think Scrooge would conflict with him on this point.
All right, let's see if we can do this without getting hit.
All right, so this is why we got here. This is the cheese on the moon.
Yeah, the other treasures, the Scepter of the Incan King, the Crown of Genghis Khan, treasure-sounding thing. This is the green cheese of longevity.
You know what? I'm gonna let him have this one.
This is
If you
just
go
moldy
all
cheese.
the way to the moon and
Nope.
get yourself some cheese.
Managed to
by
run into
God, you deserve to
that
take it.
rat's butt. All right. This time, an actual boss fight.
I believe in you.
Catherine's excited to learn about Life Alert. Catherine, hold on. Have you fallen? Can you not get up? Because I believe Doug and Mojo are there with you. Why are they not helping you? Scrooge putting off some mad Wallace and Gromit energy.
Yeah,
I've never
we're
seen...
a little Wallace and Gromity right now, it's true. Although we also have some rodents of unusual size going on.
Rodents of unusual size? I don't believe they exist. This would be the part where our hidden third member here tosses the giant rat doll at me.
Absolutely.
Ah, okay.
But unfortunately, there is no hidden third member hiding in this
I
apartment.
absolutely love how completely fake the rat in that scene looks. It is not a convincing rat. Boy,
This thing has a lot of hits.
Yeah,
I
they're
think
all
we might be
hardy-
on the last
hardy
one.
rat.
Nope.
Please don't die.
God, he sure is fast though, huh?
I'm not sure if he's a rat or a blue hedgehog.
Sanic! Original OC, pulls don't copy.
It was not the
reminded
last
me
hit.
Of a very silly moment
That was.
in my recent-ish life.
Got
So
it.
I went back to home for the holidays, as one does.
All right.
And I had found, as I was walking through my parents' house, they had been like digging around the basement, and they found some old childhood art. And as I like walked through their hallways, I saw a bunch of old drawings that my sisters did as kids, and it was very endearing. And I got to the back of the house in the study, and taped up on the wall above where my dad does his work is my very tall picture done of a Sonic OC of a porcupine with a katana that has been like lovingly rendered in colored pencil on a very tall piece of paper.
You know, that's pretty much perfect.
Forever. Oh, and a cape. Forever up on my parents' wall.
Wait, a cape over its quills?
Yes.
So, like, it's not particularly dangerous.
Well, I mean, he has a
All right,
katana
it's go
that makes
time.
him dangerous.
This is the last level?
Yes.
Alright, so we've collected the 5 treasures that formed the Mystic Mungus, and you just jumped directly down a hole.
Are we still on the moon?
I was stopped looking for a second, and it was the wrong second to stop.
Yeah, we're no longer on the moon. You can tell because it's red.
Ah, we have a big skull covered in lava, so we're in someone's Minecraft level.
Mm-hmm. Man, I'm not gonna lie. I've been playing a ton of Minecraft lately.
It's good.
It is good. I'm at the part where I've done everything I know about, and now I have only the like super frustrating advancements to get to, or trying to kill Endermen to get Ender Eyes so that I can find the end gate. And it loses a bit of steam at that point, I think.
Yeah, probably. I mean, I'm trying to remember the last time I regularly played Minecraft, but when I got my new computer and I made it as ridiculously powerful as possible, one of the first things I did was make Minecraft way prettier than it ever needs to be.
That's something I haven't done. I haven't installed any texture packs or mods or anything. I'm playing straight vanilla.
I slapped on some ray tracing the second I could.
Did you hear there's official ray tracing RTX whatever in Minecraft now? You just got some achievement.
Yeah, that's an achievement for pogoing 6
one
things
yet.
in a
I should
row.
probably give that a shot.
Oh, even when the bats are passed out on the floor, they get me.
So this is why we got all the extra lives.
Yep, Mount Vesuvius.
There seem to be a lot of Transylvanian enemies here in Mount Vesuvius.
Oh yeah, I mean we had to reuse the spookiest ones.
Fair.
It is a final level.
The skeletons, I think, are especially Castlevania, what with how they die and then immediately back.
Hipster says you should replace every texture with Nick Cage, and
Good.
no.
Yes, that is what you should do.
I'm sure I've talked about this with Hipster. I don't know if I've talked about it. I think I've talked about it with Metroid Marathon. The Tim Allen Doom mod.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Where
because we immediately started referencing it in the last marathon.
Where
actually.
literally everything is Tim Allen. I won't spend too long on it now, but if you hear that and you think that sounds silly, I want to watch it, go to YouTube and just look up Tim Allen Doom.
One of my favorite examples of this kind of thing is a mod for Dark Souls 2, which replaces every texture with the same picture of a crab.
Just crab.
Crab Souls. It makes it very hard to play.
Crab.
It's still doable, it's still possible, but it is very hard to tell what's going on.
I wanted one of those to be an extra life. I don't know why.
It was an ice cream cone.
Minecart section.
Oh boy!
Woo!
Minecarting like it's 1989.
When was this game originally made? 1989?
We'll see it when we get back to the title screen. I'm pretty sure it's 89 though.
Alright.
This game is as old as me. Wait, why is the super old duck in the background just like walking along the side? Why can't we do that?
That's a good question. Well, okay, no, I know the answer. There's no money back.
Yeah, Flintheart Glomgold is cheating.
You're here to get ludicrously large diamonds from the middle of the earth. He's just here to survive.
September
hey,
14th,
1989, I was right.
Haha.
Money.
Money I don't need.
We need more of that.
What if I had a $490,000?
Ugh. Can you not kill ghosts by hitting them?
This is yes, ghosts are immune to everything. You can tell because they're wearing spooky sheets.
Okay.
That's not actually how you can tell. You kind of just have to die to it. But
I really feel like maybe Mount Vesuvius is under Transylvania.
I mean, they're close on an astronomical scale.
yeah, compared to the moon.
They're closer than the moon.
They are within one solar unit. It's true.
Yes. Ooh, a giant stage under Mount
Alright.
Vesuvius.
It took you long enough to catch up. What's the matter?
What do you mean it took you long enough to catch up?
All right, and this is the last boss. We skipped the awesome reveal, but it's Dracula Duck.
I was gonna say, who's this Dracula fella? It's
Please.
Dracula.
Please tell me they called him Duckula.
No, they call him Dracula Duck.
Man! I'm upset at this.
Missed opportunities.
Missed opportunities.
But every game is Castlevania, every game
I
is
guess
Metroid.
do the McDucks have to fight him every 100 years?
Along the lines of every game is Castlevania, Hollow Knight is Castlevania, but I'm not fighting Dracula in that game.
I mean, Hollow Knight is absolutely Castlevania, like for reals, these though. I was very, very inspired by that. That was charitable.
This is
Thank you.
very Space Invaders. Oh, that's really far away.
It gives you more time the further away the opening is.
Oh wow.
To get there. It's actually fair. It just doesn't look fair.
Yeah, wait a minute. You couldn't infinitely stun Dracula and kill him before he spawns and has a chance to fight? This isn't a real Castlevania game.
There have been
Did you
some
bring
improvements
no
to the
holy
formula
water?
since 1980.
I gotta say, Dracula Duck looks an awful lot like Scrooge McDuck.
Well,
I told you I have him on speed dial. We're all
Yeah.
family.
the Duck family.
You know, I'm getting a real, that one witch from the Sword in the Stone vibe right now from this fight. What with all the transformation into dragons and whatnot.
Oof. Missed the cycle. Oh,
Wow!
Bat.
Come on, Bat!
Play nicely.
Get under the pogo stick. There we go.
Get up on the Hydra's back.
The conception is, I'm pointedly not fighting Grim, because Grim is the hardest boss I have fought in Hollow Knight, and we don't have time for me to spend 90 minutes dying repeatedly to the same boss fight.
I did eventually kill Grim, but I've never done the hard mode of Grim.
Oh, I've done the hard mode of Grim. It's the hardest boss fight that I've reached in that game.
It's not pleasant to watch.
I mean...
Grim is the circus boy, yes.
The regular version of Grim is just Dracula, so...
Oh, the double bat. She said something and I have no idea
She
what.
says she wants me to die like a man. I don't want to. I would like to die
What
like a
about dying
duck.
like a duck? Yes.
Consider living like a capitalist.
Yes! How do you still have another cycle, Dracula Duck?
You bounced on Dracula a lot of times.
Ugh.
I feel like he might...
This isn't actually a very threatening attack, is it? There's
It's-
not much of the screen that's under threat.
This attack killed me more than any of the others when I first encountered this boss.
Fair
It
enough.
has a special place in my heart for, oh no, it's the tooth attack.
Oh no, he's gonna bite
that
you.
it?
And we got him. We have an escape sequence because this is a Metroid game.
Oh.
Yeah, hell
And
yeah.
then we're good.
Wait, I thought it was a Castlevania game.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, we've killed Dracula, so now we get to watch his castle crumble.
Yes. Which is actually just a stage under Mount Vesuvius, and then we're back in under the mountain. And then we escape very quickly.
Is there actually like rising lava, or do you have to beat?
There
that?
is actually, we have to beat them for the first half, and for the second half we will have rising lava.
Okay.
Yeah, is she helping this other Scottish duck? Is he your rival?
I'm not sure that it's a mutually beneficial relationship at this point. I think they just want my lucky dime quite badly, which I just got.
Aha, okay.
Skip cinematic, and now the lava's trying to kill us.
Aha, now we're Metroid.
Do do do.
Da, 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 da.
Man, that's a good one. I should request that for the next accordion Sunday, the Squeezebox
Yeah.
Sunday that I step by.
That'd be a fun one. There's probably a VG lead sheet for it too.
There is less VG lead sheets for Metroid music than I would like, but to be fair, I would like VG lead sheets for literally every piece in Metroid. Hey, did you
Well.
just beat the game?
And that was DuckTales Remastered.
Yay!
Return safe and sound.
First
Well done.
try of the game.
First try.
You are
I'm gonna go ahead and
You
skip
are
this cutscene
2 minutes ahead.
so that we can get to the best part of the game, which is
Okay.
Your big pit of money after you beating the game?
the part where the dev team sings the DuckTales Remastered.
Ah, nice. Oh, Glomgold was a bad guy.
Yeah.
It was real swell of you to give Glomgold a lift home, Mr. McD.
A lift home to jail.
Hey.
Aye. I'll put it on your bill, Flinty.
Ha-
You can pay me back.
Bill, do you get it? Bill.
Like a duck
Like
bill.
a duck's bill. Just put it on my bill.
I'll get you for this McDuck.
What exactly is their rivalry based on, other than trying to out-Scottish each
Ice
other?
cream shop.
I think that might be the whole thing. just trying to out-Scottish each
All
other.
friendships are based off of out-Scottishing each other.
I feel like 50 years ago they were normal men, but at this point they probably mainline haggis breakfast in an attempt to out-Scottish the other.
You know, I've had haggis before in Scotland, and it was underwhelming. Just because it was kind of
is
bland.
like a hurricane here in Duckburg. Race cars, lasers, aeroplanes. It's a duck blur. Might solve a mystery. Ba-da-da, or rewrite history. DuckTales. Woo!
Every day I'm
Oh, yeah.
DuckTales. Woo!
Tales of daring, do bad, and good luck tales.
How
Hey,
much of
this game
DuckTales
actually
is-
has credits. Look at how far we've come in 20
yeah.
years of game development. 30? 40. I'm
How
old.
much of the success of DuckTales is based on how good of a theme song it had?
All of it.
But the
That is
original's
absolutely what captures kids watching TV in the morning. Is just like, wow, this is great and colorful, and I'm sticking around for
Hold
this whole
up,
show.
Tim Curry was a technical artist on this game?
I'm not sure it's the Tim Curry, but yeah,
Oh,
sure, okay.
Alright, thanks Tim.
Thank
I'm
you
so
all for
glad
joining
Tim
us for
Curry came
DuckTales.
Yeah, you wanna bring us home, Doug?
What's up?
Is it, you wanna bring us home? You wanna
I'm thinking so. We could go dive into the money bin one more time, but we're pretty much right on time, so I think we're gonna take a little break after this. Figure out how to transition to another planet
Yeah.
to bring you some more rainforest saving video gaming.
Yeah, I think we're going to transition over to our third video that we have.
Okay.
And when we come back, we're going to be transporting you to SR388, which is where Doug, Catherine, and Mojo are going to be bringing you Lifeline. I just need to check with them.
Which is a surprise to everyone here in the marathon right now, what exactly that means. But I'm excited.
Don't miss it. Don't you touch that dial.
If you still have a dial, first of all, how old is your television?
Yeah.
Second of all, how did you get Twitch working on your admittedly old television? And third of all...
I'm
you
sure
never
someone's
seen
made
the,
a hilarious analog plug-in for like a CRT that
Oh yeah,
streams
have you
Twitch.
never seen the video of the guy who hooked Cuphead up to a 1940s TV?
There you go. It exists.
Oh, wow. That would be very thematically appropriate.
Yeah, it looks great.
All right,
You
we
would
can
be
watch credits
unsurprised to
for as
learn.
long as you like, or
Yeah.
we can.
Why don't you take us out, and I'm gonna mute up our Discord.
Alrighty. See you soon, Metroid Marathon watchers.
Bye!
Earth, with its wandering rivers, decomposing evergreens, jumbled boulders, scraped valleys, melting glaciers, immersive downpours, fierce winds, choppy oceans, and overgrown jungles, is a mess. But Earth is a wonderful mess. Every towering tree is a reminder of the rainforest's strength. Every volcanic mouth is a constant churning glimpse at the planet's magnitude. Every thick swamp is a crucible of water and nutrients. In this mess, life thrives. Evolution depends on messiness. Spider monkeys evolved to navigate the perilous labyrinth of the rainforest canopy. Geckos evolved to blend into the textured backdrops behind them. Countless species of fish evolved to thrive in the layered, surrealist chaos of a coral reef. These evolutionary adaptations are meticulous, with details so particular we often cannot fathom their extent. But humans don't like mess. We cut roads through the forest, turn grasslands into circles, and plant oil palms in parallel lines. We dam rivers to hold back their energy and barricade the ocean so the coast stays put. Life suffocates within these right angles and straight lines. Life defies geometry. Dragonflies, streamlined and precise as they may look, fly in wandering lines and circling paths. Herons, with their feathers precise, strike statuesque poses and strut with purpose in the shallows. Bats, grouped in colonies of thousands, clamber over each other and huddle in unformed patches during the day, swooping at night among clouds of infinite insects. But when constrained, defined, and relegated, ecosystems don't function as they should. Without the ability to get messy, life doesn't work. Here at Rainforest Trust, we foster the mess. By protecting land, setting aside habitats around the world, we allow life to focus on its purposeful disarray. But this work isn't just about the spaces inside the lines of the areas we protect. It's about supporting an interconnected planetary ecosystem. This Earth Day, we're reminding ourselves of our planet's colorful, biodiverse, complicated, mysterious, and self-sustaining messiness. You can help us grow our impact. Learn more about our work and donate now at rainforesttrust.org.